part, but we have the Lordland University. So we train in the hardware and usually the software. Yeah, so temp, so we have to communicate and the interaction, the purpose. Okay. The page today 10, the 11, the human identity, body, mind, spirit. So we studied the 3 semester. We try to trauma, the mind medicine, and then nutrition, everything. So this semester and then this week, they focus the human identity. What is the human? So what different against the animal and the button nature? So and the created by the God, the human, right? The animal too. But we have a really we different we have a part because animal they have the vessel of body and they have the mind, maybe the spirit, the body, but different. The animal maybe they don't have the spirit, right? But the body, mind, the human, the animal, the both, the function, right? You understand? The spirit is only human. The page 11, the human identities, body, mind, and spirit. What does it mean to human? The human made by the God, and we have to consider the mind, the spirit, and then emotion, and then inner, the organ, and the body, the physical, everything. The concept of our 3 parties natures of our humanity suggests that the person is not our biological organism but the complex integration of our 3 history added in the software compound, no software with a unit. So we have the machine, the button engine, we can have a crew and then cover and then the engine, the motor, right? So we divide. But human, you can divide the unit, they work together, right? The complex integration of our 3 history in surface level competence, the body and mind, the often referred to as the soul. The mind, spirit, and the soul work together. The why bias, the philosophical and then theoretical tradition define the third differently. The general framework breakdown is follow. So generally, the framework, the breakdown, follow. The first, the body, the soma. The body is the materials or physical aspect of a human being. It's the vessel through which interest in the tangled world. So we have a blood cell, and we have a lymph, and we have muscle, and the joint. The function is served as a hardware to extent. We have the physically is hardware, and the inner system we have an organ, and then also we connect the spine and the muscle, the physical too. The housing the 5 sense. We have the 5 sense. Sight, the hearing, the touch, the taste, and smell, right? This hardware, the framework, attribute, it is governs the biological list, the physical law, and then limitation or time or space. So attribute this one the movement too, the physical activity or movement included. Law, the body, the provided sensory data, the mind interpret. It is the physical manifestation or our presence or universe. So we see, we sight this one. Maybe we come inside and then they have the collection. Oh, okay, this light. But now it's morning. your life, you can figure out. So we censoring here, so we see, and the classmate or some the book, any kind, but we can see the air, but we have the physically we can find out the site, but we have a copy, right? You can see the smell, but you have to smell the sensory, right? Oh, this coffee or the vinegar or something like that. So we can hear it. The hearing, we can see, but we listening, right? So we have 5 kinds of sensory, the human body, the hardware, the lower, the physical manifestation of our person in the universe. So all the world, and we are the same. So the mind interpret the sensory data. So we see the sight, we have using the sensory 5 kind of function, the nose, mouth, eye, ear, the hand, from we have data collection. So we have the sensory data, and then the body providers, so we have to figure out, and then also with touch or movement too. The second, the mind, soul, and physical. The mind, the psychology, the mind, soul, the counseling or coaching include everything. The mind or soul is often considered the psychological the seat of a person. It is the bridge between the physical body and enters the spirit. So the somatic, I already talked somatic or holistic. The intelligence, our ability to listen, logics, the process information, and learn. Intelligent. So now AI is made very, very fast the movement, the advantage of our technology, high technology, right? IT industry. So the before, if you want something learn from the book or textbook, we see the dictionary, right? English dictionary, Bangladeshi or China English dictionary. The before, I'm 54, so I come here 2000. Well, before I don't have the smartphone, just a handphone, right? So just we define the word, the dictionary, and later the Google, and then we see research, right? The what kind of the word, the translator or something you can see, just the limit of the information. But now later we see smartphone. So before only we hearing the communication of people, right? So how long you here? How long been here, United States?
1.5.
Oh, one is new. I'm old. I'm 26 years. I come here 26 years ago. I want to talk to my mom only hearing. No shit, there's no smartphone. 26 years before. I using the dictionary. But now, we check the ChatGPT or Gemini and Google. So we very easy research the information. And then also, we sometimes we using the AI and the more intelligence, we can follow up. And sometimes we put in the community over the IT industry already, right? So sometimes Waymo, right? The order the driver, right? But sometimes I'm scared. The nighttime they come into my backside, I see the light, nobody there, they're driving. So oh my God, it's a Waymo. But maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe you driving you myself, the midnight, maybe somebody follow your car, maybe no driver, maybe you're scared, right? Yeah, so now the intelligence is very changing very quickly. So we have to more apply your lifespan to the community and the university because technology is changing. So intelligence, our ability to listen, logics, the process information and learn. The emotion. The emotion is a mental disorder. So we have anxiety, we have a depression, and the stress. We have the stress hormone, adrenaline hormone, and then cortisol hormone. So we have happy hormone, serotonin, dopamine, endorphin, right? So this hormone, chemical hormone, they inside it here. And then also they reflect the emotion order, the mood disorder. So our feelings, emotion include our feelings, the desires. Yeah, desires sometimes we have three parts, right? Basically the physical, the desires. You want to pee or poo, and then you want to sleep, and then you want to more eat something, right? But later the second remedy, we have a challenging. Yeah, you want to make money because I want to be more comfortable to stay home, right? And three, part, you want to tighter, and you want to more the achieve over the community or the meeting and the organization. So it's a natural desire, the pyramid. Maybe you study, right? The middle school, high school, Maslow, the desire, the pyramid. So you have foundation and then middle or top over the section. So we have desire, then the emotion too. And the way we respond to the internals and external stimuli. The internals, we are inside the body. The external, our boundary, the community or now you have a society. The wheels, the decision-making centers that allow us to choose action and achieve intention.
这是谁的资料？
Nor
白产品都在这里。
this is over self-consciousness. The role this is over self-consciousness. So sometimes we have personality and then we can the possibility, the consciousness. It is where your personality, the memory, and ego decide. So we have three parts. Four parts: the mind, soul, the cycle, the intelligence or emotion, and the wills or lower. Number three, the spirit.
Some people live here,
Okay, yeah, okay.
so give the office. Oh, no?
The spirit, the phenomena. The spirit is the immaterials or place or person. And in meditation, this is what considered the deepest part of our human existence. The spirit, the phenomena, the function. The people want to explain the spirit have the good part or the better part. The good part, the spirit, the God. The better part, the evil, right? Evil. So the good part, we more the peace of joy, love, and you will shake hand, you will hurt. The better part, yelling, something hurt, injury or depression, the hurt, right? So we all the time we balance, right? So, but it's this kind of the function include the under over the God, the world. So function here, the why the mind self-conscious, the spirit is often discovered in the practice of God, consciousness or connection to the universal, the transcendent. So before we controlled by under God world, Eden Garden, but we broke the system. So we have suffered from so many things, right? The evil. So before we have peace of joy and more comfortable, no hurt. But now so many have a problem. They suffer from the issue. So the personality, the spirit, but we stay home, maybe safe. But outside, we have to explore about so many kind of issue and the dangerous stuff, right? So this one too, the spirit, the God good spirit we inside here, you can feel the joy and a more happy person. But the spirit is not here. You all the time desire that we escort or burn out, and then we have a trauma and then some disease. The activity, it is associated with intuition, conscience that under the search of our meaning beyond the maturity world. Lord, the spirit is what provides a sense of our purpose and the ability to perceive things that not visible to the eye or the strictly looking to the mind. So not visible to the eyes and then straight the logo to mind. I have another class yesterday. We have the view. So you can see air, the taste, the smell. But we have dependent, we have a sense of the body, right? So the possibility, yesterday we have the subject, the possibility. The personality possibility means you can do everything, but sometimes we have a limit, right? So you have the money, but you can buy a house now, right? Yeah. But sometimes we have challenging. You can buy it by yourself, but we have so many people here, maybe $10,000 with less money, fundraising, you can buy a house, right? So limit, the possibility bounded there, yeah, sometimes you have a limit. You can control everything, but the God, or you can try, because we have the, everything is we are controlled by the other people together, right? Not the person individually. So community we can do, right? Correct? So activate and know the spirit is provide a sense of our purpose and the ability to pursue things not visible, the vision and the calling, the not visible to the eyes, but strictly lower to mind. So, but we have the land, maybe God land, we can different viewpoint. The human viewpoint or the best, the God viewpoint different, wholly different. The human the view only limit. Dependent on the personality, nature, knowledge, the financing, and the health issue. But the God created human, so we God control universe, right? The animal too, or everything, the human too. How they interconnect, The three-plate view emphasizes there's three-part function as a single unit. As a single unit, we have part function and the interaction overlapping. So individual part first, and then they have a overlapping, and then later we make a framework. To visualize this, consider another over light bulb. Number one, the body is a physical glass and filament raw structure. We have a structure hardware. You have a glass. For example, we have a glass. You have a container, it's bottle. The physical structure, right? The inside the water, right? Inside some the chemical product, inside the hardware. So mind, soul, the human thought inside here, but outside the structure. So we have some issue. We have a house, the building, the structure, but inside here, your class, people here, the human identity and the material inside, right? The internal or external. So the body is the physical glass and then filament the structure. Second, the mind soul is the way light seems, its color, intensity, and shape is take over the personality expression. The mind soul. So sometimes we are eye matching, which you know, right? I don't know you, what kind of person, but we see eye match, eye contact, we know that, oh, he's a good person or bad person, what kind of spirit, and then what kind of character or attitude you can see, but you don't know your privacy, right? I don't know your lifespan or your history, your experience, you don't know. That before you're open mind, right? You interest my myself, you understand me, right? Or I understand you, your lifespan. But you don't know anybody, right? So the mind is sometimes the visible part, but sometimes it's not visible part too. So we have to open the open mind, and then the personality or expression is an open mind that we understand the other people. The spirit, electric, the flower, dogs, the bird. It's life pulse to souls. The spirit, this one, electric, the flower, dogs, the bird, the life pulse to souls, the example. The individually, we part the structure is a line, but personality, maybe no connect the power you can turn on, right? This one, right? But we touch, other people connect, we see, right, they work together. The vehicle, the human driving, we have an engine, right? We turn on the key, we drive it, but no turn, the stop, the lever, the moving. But this history is a little different. Waymo is no driver, right? So automatically the change. But manually, yeah, this part. Only individually have function, but we have community is member, the overlapping interaction, when we work together, right? So we have to think about that. The personal, the boundary, the possibility is limited, but the community, the unit have more advantage. The video speaker and then lyrics contest. The Christian theology. To open the difference, Thessalonians 5, the 23, the Bible word, which especially mention the perspiration or spirit, the soul, the body. So the somatic, holistic, the Platonic philosophy, the Plato argue for tripartite soul, the considering over vision, the spirit, emotion, and appetite, the physical desire. Secular psychology, the modern, the holistic health, the modern holistic health, the integrate the medicine and the epigenetic medicine. There's conventional medicine, medical part, epigenetic medicine, because you have DNA and the tail, the telomere, and then you can change it and make some more we call management health. So epigenetic nutrition therapy or the medicine and the holistic medicine. The skeletal physiology, the modern holistic health often adopts the version of this, the suggesting that wellness require the physical health, the body, the mental health, mind, and the sense of our purpose or the connection of spirit. So will not divide. So conventional medicine, the medical doctors, maybe you have a problem here. We see that we have a part of the doctor, right? These are the family doctor does not see anything, right? Only part, only the examiner, they send it to the specialist or other doctor, right? But holistic medicine and then academia or integrate the medicine, then we should not diagnose directly, but we see the whole part. The integration of our neuroscience that the theories create fascinating the bridge between the how we function and why we do. So how come the control body, then why we lead some the holy the view. When the theologians speak of human beings create in their imagery is the image over the God. Last winter class we see the imagery, right? The Christian life, the image of the God. They encourage look to science to understand the biological mechanisms that reflect the divine activity. They include look to science to understand the science from the evidence. We have tried to some test the evidence. The biological mechanism, because the vessel or lymph and the air, the oxygen, the water, everything is a biological mechanism that reflect the divine attribute. The attributes, the physically activity or the include the movement too. The neuroscience that relation to the soul, the neuroscience, we have some join the take care the muscle, but we have the neural. So include the military and the acupuncture, Chinese acupuncture medicine. We have the acupoint and then middle line and the love together. We all wholly we include something, right? Neuroscience that relational soul. Theology points that the image of God enabled eyes includes capacity, the deep, self-recurse relationship, and neuroscience support this thought, the stable social creation. So social, we have neuroscience, we have the CPT, the conscience within the technology. So we have the CPT, reconnection, social connection. The mirror neurons, our brains, hardware is empty. The when is over to another person joy or pain, our mirrors neurons fires as if we are experiencing, it's ourselves. So we have trauma, little trauma. Maybe what's your name? Mikila. Do you have a trauma of the childhood? Maybe 6 or 10? You don't remember?
No.
Okay. You not touch some the hot or something, right? So you have the memory, but sometimes your body, sometimes the body memory, the long time of the trauma, that's scared because you are born something, right? So this one, sometimes you don't have a memory, but physically the memory. Long time ago, I forgot, sometimes so busy. So we already passed so many years, so sometimes we forgot. But the body memory, body remember. Okay, this is hot. So maybe hot, maybe you touch, maybe something wrong. Yeah, right? So this one, the body, so memory, the person joy or pain, the honor that we observe. So we have mirrored little trauma and also we have experience. So our mirrors, neurons, fires, as if we were experiencing it ourselves. The theologian argues that is the more biological writings that allows us the purpose, the command, love their neighbors. So we have the joy and the peace and the community. We have some cooperation and the helping. So we have to include the neighbors or church member or classmate. So individual part is a limit, so it doesn't work. Either distribute the light, right? Light will turn on switch, and then we have to buy over the line. So they don't line, they no switch off or on, that doesn't work. The parental class PFC, these areas governs the complex decision making, the moral reasonings, and the personality. While animals have brains, the human PFC allow for the trans-consciousness, the ability to think about our own things, meta-creation, the choose to value world instincts. This area governs complex decision making, moral reasoning, and the personality, the PFC, and the why animal have a brain, also human have a brain. The what's different? Animal have a mind, and human have a mind, but spirit part different. Animal maybe they don't have a spirit. They can sense our taste, touch, hearing, everything same. Sensible part function the same, but spirit part different, right? So PFC, the ability to think about our own thoughts, the meta creation and the choose value were the over instincts. Number 2, the psycho-neuroimmunography, PNI, and the unified self. The psycho-neuroimmunography is the study of how our thoughts, the mind, affect our nervous system, body, the somatic, and our immune response. The immune response, the way inside, internal. So we have some organism, and also we have vessel, the love, the lip, oxygen, the water, everything. This spirit provides scientific base for body and the soul. Unit upon the mention in the scripture. The body, soul, for example, we have a second brain. We have brain, and we have a second brain. It's God. God helps. The stomach connect. So sometimes you have stress, right? You have stress, so you can enjoy your food or not. The stuff, right? Why? Angry. It's not. My mood is not happy, right? The spirit. And stop eating because indigest, right? Maybe joy, we are enjoy, and then we have good communication together. You taste good, right? Maybe something just a hamburger, for example, hamburger, but we are not stressed. Your girlfriend, the boyfriend eating together or family together, happy time, it's good. But you have steak or sheep, the steak house, but angry. Oh, I don't like you. We don't want the dating. Okay, we separate. So I'm fired. Okay, maybe owner, CEO, talk to you. Owner buy for steak today lunch after the class, but Joy, you fired. No more work. Buy the steak. It tastes good? No, right? The hamburger we are enjoy, the happy time is good, right? The second brain, the body and the soul, the connect. The stress spread the connection, the stress spread the connection. The chronic spiritual or emotional distress is the burnout, desperation. The bitterness, lack of purpose, the triggers, the hyperthyroidism, the release cortisol, the adrenaline hormone too, the cortisol hormone, the stress hormone. Over time, this suppresses the immune system. So we have stress, the acute stress. So maybe today I give you the homework. You have stress, right? But okay, next week, one more homework. Every week, maybe you don't come in class. because you're tired, stressed too much. But not give a homework, no exam, just coming, you're sleeping or not, not touch anything, you're happy, right? Yeah, so the stress, actual stress. So that mirrors the stress. Sometimes is good for body. The stress sometimes the good point, but same kind of stress. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, over 6 months, 1 year. Maybe you have some the damage over immune system, and then the physical issue, and then your mental issue. Too much anxiety or too much the depression. Yeah, so the balance of the stress management is very good for optimal health. So stress connection, the chronic spiritual or emotional distress, the illness or lack of purpose, that trigger the hypothalamus to release cortisol. Over time, over 6 months, at least 6 months or 1 year, they talk to the chronic. This suffers of time immune system. So the immune system low function. The healing dose meaning the studies show that the practice like of prayers, meditation, and communal worship can lower blood pressure and improve T cell activity. T cell is the part, and then we have immune system, the cell activity. And case natural the killers, cancer killers. The T cell activity. The PNI suggests that the spiritual health is not separate hobby, but the biological disability, the physical the survival. So healing dose meaning the study how that's practice like prayer, the meditation, the worship, and then you join to the community of a Christian culture, the together camp. So they give a good spirit and energy. So before you have to isolate your body area, and also you have stress too much cortisol, adrenaline hormone. So you don't want to connect with other people. You want to stay home. You isolate, right? But you have the given hand. So you jump on your body gate, limit your body gate. You open the door, and the Christian culture or community, and then the meeting, and the school or some event. So we connect the person. So we have a given take over some neurology or the emotional events. So sometimes they give the advising, or sometimes they give some energy. Also they give to some the counseling or coaching. So this change is the situation. Okay, so this is very important. The lateral plastic and then linear over mind. Lateral plastic, and it's an imaging type too. So I can do everything with God. So I can do everything not myself. The impossible and the impossibility, so with God, right? So lateral plastic and then linear over mind. Linear over mind is turning point, and then we have to revert. We have to more jump up. Here, the person up. There are some people, top class, they get the broke down, they can crash or the down. But they have turning point, they button up. So, linear. So we have ID, right? The driver's license ID, we have expired date, the credit card or everything, membership too, right? So, expired means you have to stay this story of my system, no more work, right? So you can drive by yourself, expired driver's license, you have a ticket, right? So if you want to drive, we have to continue this date. So membership too, we have to more pay, and then credit card every day, every month we have to pay. So you want to some to connect some their part, we have to connect. They keep going. It's a payment or something the value. We keep the value. The core theoretical concept, the sanctification, the idea that the person can be transformed over time, dividing the brain. I saw the YouTube last week. We have to reading this book. Okay. So how many books over years? How many years reading books a year? 5 or 10? 1 or 2? Honestly, never. No? Okay. How about you? How many book years?
Me?
Yes.
Probably 1 or 2. Yeah.
1 or 2?
Yeah.
You are just a Christian or just lover or essay or any kind? Only 1, 2, 1 years?
Yeah.
How about you?
Me too.
Me too. But you support your kid homework, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you? How many book have the 1 years?
Whatever book,
Yeah, any kind.
any kind, maybe 20 or 30.
20, 30.
Yeah.
I'm 100 over. Yeah, before 300 book 1 years, but now they will cut the 100 under because I am more writing. So why I talked to you last week? I see the YouTube. The Warren Buffett say, you know the Warren Buffett, right? He say need 3 times. Shouting. Why? The American, the top class people usually 1 years, 30 to 40 book, the reading, the habit, the routine. So at least the 40, they top class, they try to make routines, maybe every month, maybe 3 something, right? Yeah, 3. So they say you have to more reading than the top class. So you have to more readings 160 or 70 or 100. If you want to stay in the position, stay in the community, but we're not studying or we're not reading anything, so we have some possibility, the possibility very limit the view. But we can try everything because we are human. We have limited time, right? I'm the 54. So how you are 42, right? Yeah. So I don't have time. I can work 100 years, maybe 45 years after I'm here. No, maybe 10 years, so 5 years. We don't know. But you want to more try to new life or new advantage of our lifespan, you have to challenging and then you have to try everything experience, but it's not easy. Because if you want make the experience everything, I have to keep all lot of money, right? The money is good, $1 million. I don't want to work anything. I'm try everything. The traveling something, right? So it's not easy, but everything's the society or so many kind of part of our society they come inside the book. So if you have time, you want to try to do reading the habit. And then also they say not same book, it's a other kind, different kind of book. Maybe your brain is not use the new writing, and then they build up, button up the brain. So you have to try every month, maybe try at least 3 or 5 kind of book, the word essay or science fiction or nutrition or news, different kind of thema, the book. Try every day 10 page, 10 page, 10 page. Maybe you are changing the brainstorming and then the button up your personality, the possibility too, the viewpoint. So neuroscience understood the brain was studied after childhood. So many science taught, educational they taught, if you want to learn the language, you start more early. So maybe you have kids, you try to teaching another the country or language is more easy than you are adults. So we have to try more second language and then more brainstorming work activity. Maybe just we see the TV and just the smartphone, the movie, the brain didn't work. They the skills some no, just stay. But we learned writing and we reading the brain, the stomach, the work. Okay. The dividing the brains, neuroscience understood the brain was static after childhood. We now know that the neuroplasticity, our thoughts and the habits, the physically the reshape the neurons, the pathway of the brain. Integration, when a person the practice is flying, gratitude or concentration, they are quite release the neurons their minds, the Roma 12:2. So we see at this Bible story here, the Roma 12:2, the dividing their mind means just stay now your physical the state. We have to try to advance your new life, new place, new person, and then you try to more approach your technology. But do not try anything, isolate, maybe stable, but will never change your lifespan. Only stay, isolate. So you can live by myself. You have to isolate. You have to work in system. You have to relationship and you reconnect communication in the community or other people. Okay. So integration, when the person practice displaying the great word, the contemplation, they are quite literally the rewriting the mind, the must travel to at a cellular levels, engines or their physical hardware where their future intention. So we part three parts we discover and then compares. The theoretical aspect, image of God part, the scientific pleasure, the evidence, and then functional integration. So functional integration is not individually, we have the individually part, but overlapping the integrate. The respiratory logics, the immunity, the predicted correct the development, the scientific, either the technology or evidence too. The functional integration, the capacity to conceptualize of spirit or divine, the true. The relationality, oxytocin or mirrored neurons, the vital drive for fellowship and the selfless love, agape. We have an agape plastic love, right? So it's agape. The biological drive for the fellowship and then selfless love. So selfless love, some people have a very strong selfiship, right? They don't care anybody to suffer from something. So only I do, I eat well, I have money, it's fine. They don't care the other people have a screen time or suffer from disease or the finance state, they will never touch. The selfness, the vital drive for fellowship, and selfness love, it's agape love. Morality or conscience, parental marriage, the parental chorus, the physical seed over knowing life from the wrong. So the experience means a trauma. So anybody no trauma in the childhood? No, I don't think so. Everybody have child trauma. But will not recognize the word no memory. But I told you, the body have memory. The body sometimes body senses more the sense of the memory. The unity of our beings, the cycle let us immunography, the first that the spiritual states detach our physical health outcomes, the optimal health part, or stress management, and we have to more the good habit, routine. The top down there's the button up the model. Theoretical science up view, the human at the top or down the system. The spirit influence the mind, which then dictates our health and the action of the body. The commercial is neuroscience upon the explorer the button up effect, the how physical changing, the sleep, the nutrition, the brain injury impact our ability to process the spiritual thought. So, for example, how long you sleep last night?
6 hours.
6 hours. Usually your routine 6 hours.
6 to 7.
Okay, 6, 7. What time you go to bed? Midnight?
No, 12 to 1
To
a.m.
1 a.m., 2 a.m. Oh my God. So what to do before midnight? Before movie or chatting or the homework,
Homework and cooking.
cooking, midnight.
No, I'm just cooking like after evening.
Oh, okay. How about you? How long your bed last night?
5 hours?
5 hours? Every day is the same routine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay, 5 hours to 7 hours. Okay, me time the 5 hours. Last night I wake up early. I'm too much thinking about my product, something marketing. Okay, Saturday, Sunday you're oversleep, right? Correct? How long? About 2 hours more or 10 hours?
Not more than 10 hours.
All day? All day you sleep?
No, not more than 10 hours.
But 10 hours less? No, okay. How about you? The Sunday morning more you're lazy?
Maybe like 7 or 8 hours.
7
Take
hours.
a full sleep.
Okay. So compare. So you have the Monday to Saturday, your routines maybe 5 or 7 hours. And then Sunday, the one day, we are more lazy and then more oversleep. So what's different your physical state? Which better? The maybe Sunday one day you put some more sleep, right? And then Monday, how you appear? Okay, Monday how appear, and then Monday to Friday, and then Saturday the appear. Different or same? Different. So which day is more comfortable, and then it's my condition good, and then my biorhythm is good, balance, and then more good decision or good thoughts, no stress. What day? Saturday or the Monday? Monday no stress? Because we have a more relaxed, right? How about you?
I think the normal weekday would be better.
Okay.
Because that keep my time, in order.
Okay.
On Sunday, if I wake up
Relax.
late, I don't want to do anything.
Anything, okay. Yeah, so too much tight, right? The tension. Maybe every day, maybe 24 hours of using my muscle, maybe cramp, right? Sometimes we have to more relax, right? Too much tension. So one day, 5 days we have tension, one day relax, but relax very good quality over healing the body. But you know what? You have to keep routine, the sleep routine, at least 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. 6 hours very important in your lifespan because the melatonin, the balance, and then melatonin 10 p.m. to midnight, high level, and then 1 to 3 a.m. our body had kind of clean, and tissue was something departed to the toxin. We had to eliminate, we had to injury or the cure time is the 1 to 3 a.m. So now, so 1 a.m. wake up, maybe at least 2 p.m. to wake up, 2 a.m., right? So you don't have time, clean time. Your means the 24 hours to wake up your body. So just a week or 1 month okay, but over 6 months or 1 year, the chronic, the problem. The diabetic or hypertension or some the female disease. So 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. we have to keep the routine, the good sleep, and before 2 hours empty stomach, and then you have to side over your blue light, the cell phone, and then electric power is much better. Okay, so we have to make a routine. It's very important. The why we have good decision, good thought, good structure. So we have to make a good routine. Is better. But midnight, every time the midnight, we have to eating the late time, 11 p.m. midnight with pizza or hamburger. Maybe couple time okay. Maybe 6 months, 1 year. Yeah, we see it, right? Imagine. So so junk food and the sleep time, the your habit, and then the skinship, everything is good. Good for heart and the thought. So the physical change means I put already last week we touched the people. This for the DNA, RNA, DNA. Your tail here is for the telomere. So the change, people change. So we change the exercise, the sleep, the food, the emotional therapy, and then mental meditation, everything changes here. The before, after. The before you have junk food, only 6 hours, and then night eating syndrome, the too much stress. But we change it physically, good food, good sleep, more exercise, more routine. They change our physical. So this medicine, the epigenetic medicine. Before we have DNA, we can change it. We follow from the family history, right? But this tailor, we can change it. So we make good routines, we have more good health, ultimate health. So here, the physical changes, sleep, the nutrition, brain injury, impact our ability to process spiritual thought, the good thought. Very important here. So together, they suggest that beings made in the image of God, the image of God, we discover Eden Gardens, the image of God, God will check, God will make a human. So they give us body and the brain, and then give us all the body in the shape of soul, too, right? Spirit too. So made in the image of God, the create by the God, it's not just a state, but dramatics, the biological process involving every cell in the human frame. So we make a structure, and also they put in the organ, and then they do the breath, and then they make a soul. So just step by step, and then also they give more process the involving every cell in the human frame. When on dimension our tripled natures, the pluralized and the extensible others, the internal ecosystem for our balance, because the body, mind, and the spirit, the design to function as an integrated whole, the whole body, the whole the nutrition or epidemic medicine, the functional medicine, everything, the whole body, somatic, over emphasizing on the craving or discord in the sense of ourselves, that leading to a specific type or identity Christ. The over manifests the body, the materialist trap. When identity is rooted solely in the physicals, appearance, electronics ability, the health or sensory, the features, the self becomes fleeting because the body is subject to time and the decay. The price, if you define yourself, the artist, the beauty, the single injury or natural process or aging can trigger stand extension of the color piece. The results and identity crisis of value, you may feel worthless the physical output, especially the no longer meets the standard, as there is no spiritual interaction, the foundation will catch you. So top down, sometimes we have a health condition, top, the down, as a bottom out. So we have knee neural to a surgery after you recover something, right? So you may feel hopeless that your physical output or aesthetic no longer meet your standard, as there's no spiritual intelligent foundation to catch you. So for example, now you walk today, right? In the morning, wake up. So you're happy because you have some goal. That's why you come here to class, right? But you have some disease, the body is sick, so you stay home or hospital. So how do you feel? Sad, right? And then no hope, no confidence, right? So no desire. Maybe I can do anything because I'm the bad. If your accident, car crash after very deep injury, you can move anything. Maybe 6 months or 1 year. Maybe your mind is a weakness, right? You don't want to try anything, right? Now it's my feeling times suffer from my movement of living, and then my nutrition, and then bad life is maybe make more mental or anxiety or the depression. So we have a limit, so we can do anything. So good health, good condition, they make more function and then possibility. But we have some screen time, we can anything. It's not easy. You try to anything, right? So output or actually no longer meet your standard. The standard means you have good balance about or the condition. There is no spiritual intelligence foundation to catch you. So over emphasis or mind, the interest trap. When identity is rooted by purely logic, the career achievement or intellectual, the spirituality, person can become diminished body. Yes, human bodies. Is that when identity is rooted purely in logic, the career achievement or intellectual, the spirituality of person can become human body. The Christ, if you ever define yourself by impact or the logical on, then you may stringly the emotion or physical lead your can throw. The solution, your spirit shit. This leads to burnout or feeling being the brain on the street. Sometimes shock, sometimes the brain stop. Decision disorder. Sometimes you can decision anything. Okay. So now your class here, but suddenly your grandmothers, you love your grandmothers, but your grandmother the passed away, but somebody your mom or dad call you, how your mom your grandmother passed away. Very young, maybe 56. The 60 is not old person. The 60 is so very healthy, very smart, the beauty, and then they everybody respected her. But suddenly, the surprising, the pass away, how you appear. How you appear. Maybe, oh my God, or cry, or you can sometimes, you can cry anything, just jam. The brain or thought, everything, right? Right? Yeah, you understand, right? But sometimes you have unexpected pairs, event coming, you're shocked. So you can change anything, you can move on anything. No taste, no smell, no. Some people have problem. Too much shock, they can no more. So the shock, the brain strict, yeah. So the burnout, the trauma, and they make a trauma, and then they have make some sick over some desire or some have a mind control. So we had some space over empty over the spark. You have too much desire, you have too much endocrine, the dopamine, and also we have the depression. So we have a space, you can shut, no jam, right? So the price if you have defined yourself, the expect or the log on, the you may strain either emotion or people need it, you can solve no solution, you are spread. This leads to burnout or healing between the brain or the state. The results, an identity crisis or isolation. Isolation, the personality, the stay home, the barricade, no connect anybody, no interaction. But you have the community, mean we have the corporate or interaction or give and take, and you have communicate with the shake of hand. The isolation only stay by myself, protect my my internal world with that only me. Selfish sometimes. Selfish or no give and take. We don't need to help anybody. I don't need any other's hand. Only serve by myself. And identity crisis of isolation. You may find it impossible to connect deeply with others who are mesh and irregular or peers isolated from your own physical sensation and needing to sense our beings, observer our life rather than our participate. The participates we or conference or some of the committee or, and the people. So the isolation, anybody have the privacy in the individual, but sometimes we have to explore together, work together. So the team leader, if the company, you have a school here, right? School system here. So only you just follow my textbook and then program and then lectures. Maybe you can have a score and then you continue your visa and everything good, right? But this company, if we have the company, your part, marketing part or production part or button part of service part, work together with the work. I'm customer side, I come in your company. So owner, the manager, everything. So they have a part. So they have to work, automatic the driver together, right? But nobody, just nothing service. I can buy anything, right? I can this will service anything. So the isolate now so many the country problem. Some people too much the experience dangers in the society. So the public education, the people lose job. It's my country problem. Now they don't want to make the breed. The people they don't want to make a baby. So elementary school they close, kindergarten close, sometimes middle school close. Even my school, the university, I want to try to search for the list. 10 years ago they closed because no population. So they can. And then also United States, the multicultural, right? The multi country, the people come here. So some problem, they have a problem, the community will join the group. Sometimes the issue, the chemical and some issue. So some people want to protect the kid and then they want to stay home and then they want to try the homeschooling. Why? I want to teach my kid from our the society problem. So some people have the homeschooling, the grade high school, grade the college, university, right? So, but we have research the homeschooling people and the public education people, see, compared, the characters or personality is more decided, more valuable, and then they have more smooth other people or good community and then communication, interaction. But homeschooling people sometimes they're selfish. So they we have 2 points. Sometimes strong point or low point. The homeschooling people have some limit over the approach or some the communicate with some other people. So this one, the leader to identity class of isolation. So you may find it impossible to connect deeply with others. You are messy and then lyrical or feeling identity from your own physical sensation. You need to sense our being, observe the life let themselves participate. The over emphasis on the speed, the speech trap, while it sounds positive, why this kind of over emphasis over speed, the positive section, over emphasizing the speed while regulating the mind and body can lead to the phenomenon known the spiritual bypassing. The spiritual bypassing. The Christ. This occurs when a person uses spiritual ideas to avoid the tensing, the psychological wounds, the trauma, the past trauma, mind or the physical reality's body, the injury. So the trauma and or physical injury, the limit of a movement of body function. If you define yourself thoroughly as a spiritual being, you may neglect your health or suppress unspiritual the emotion like anger or grief. The hot tempers, so some angry person. So they have some problem because I used to work the nursing home. I care cancer patient and then dementia patient and then chronic people. Then the cancer patient have some the stage 1, the stage 5, the terminal. The people different. So they have no spiritual and then very angry. So they more selfish. They because of suffer from the pain, the morphine and the medical marijuana, the more the toxic over pain killers. So 24 hours they have suffer from pain. So if you have pain 24 hours, how you are feel? You have peace or joy, something, or be angry. Maybe I touch something, maybe stress, right? Maybe stress or hot temper, right? Because I have 24 hours, I have to feel the pain, because my body, the condition, right? So they have to you may your health or suppress unspiritual emotion like anger or grief. So happiness. 5 years ago, I have some the medical issue. It's my land. The pills. My family doctor say, maybe you have to decide tomorrow. Maybe you're not hurt. Maybe your parents disease. Maybe you can die. So I want to help my neighbors to work, the fire work, but I'm scratching my feet. The virus coming inside. So to here kid have some the information, some problem, medical issue. Almost 90% I had to cut the kid, but now okay. So I can try to anything because I will try to so many kind of medication within work. So I have two clinic, and also I have a school, and also I treatment my people, and I attended the church, the worship, and then church service. I can conduct anything I can do, but I don't want to give up. I don't want to subside because how can I do? Just my question. How can I do, God? I have a solution, or I die, or what to do? I don't know. I don't understand why suffer from here. God will give me this screen time, or I can do anything. But now I overcome. I'm very happy, right? So sometimes you have a screen time. When you have a screen time, you want to try to everything. So how can I? I want to make a solution. But I found a solution, but it's not good solution. More deeply, more screen time, right? So how can I do? This is my answer. I just pray for God. God, please save me. God, give to me healing in my hip. That's it. Yeah. But I know I'm studying a lot. How can I try to apply the condition, the how, the medicine, and nutrition? I tried, but only the solution from the God. Yeah. So it's the emotion, non-spiritual emotion, like anger, the leaders, and identities, Christ over groundings, the foundation. You may feel like a ghost in your own life. Yeah, the ghost, maybe shadow. You can see here. I walk here. You can see, right? Shadow here, the work. And then dark place, you can see. Or light place, all the time, 24 hours, right? Now 24 hours. Maybe sun, have maybe 7 p.m. I think it's maybe 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. the shadow together. But 8 p.m. to midnight, you have a shadow, right? So here, identity, Christ of grounding, foundation, you may feel like a God. Think about that. Maybe I make it a shake the other hand, shake hand, more shadow to hand. Maybe I hug somebody, more shadow make a hurt. But I hit somebody, the face or some injury, maybe the shadow together, right? The good spirit, good emotion, we make more joy, hand we shake a hug the other people, cooperate. Maybe we have every spirit here, we want to climb or violation, so we make the same value, right? The ghost in your own life, hyper focus on the transcendence, but unable to navigate the practical demand of reality. The leading Clement to a sense of ourselves that appeared too holy for this world, but too pagan to live in it. So sometimes we have two phases: Sunday school, Sunday Christian, or 7 day, 36 5 days Christian, or only Sunday Christian. So this is too holy for this world, but too pagan to live in. So mean you had all the time you had a good spirit in the heart of Christ. You had to do, we had to keep. Why? Because we have the theoretical and the negative context, the top down, you can human top down, but the person up over the God. God involves our human right, human issue. The human sometimes top, sometimes the down. But all the time, the God want waiting for keep the good way or guideline. So they all the time they want the button up the way it God. Okay. The integration cycle let us immunologists in action. From a scientific perspective, the imbalance or manifest or physicalist, for example, the spiritualists who ignore their mind, repress the trauma, often since the body need respect nervous system, the chronic inflammation or high cortisol. The trauma I told you, the child trauma and the second trauma complex. Because child trauma maybe one, maybe inside your mom, the baby, no trauma, but they have a feeling, listen, right? And the thought from the mom is a biological state. But 1 to 7, they usually have a child trauma. And then we have the inside here, the memory chip. And then others, we make something issue happen or shock or something happen, the bad experience or something, we have a second trauma. So the trauma, the child trauma, usually child trauma continue. And then second trauma plus. So sometimes they have some compressed mental disorder. Yeah. So all the time we have to check the child trauma. You can back the time machine, the child time, but you can control because why? We have a new wiring or new minding the rhythm, so we can change the turning point or we have to check our lifespan. So we have it here, right? Here, we can change any time the physical issue or mental issue. The healthy identities, resilience identities requires the interdependence of our tree. There is the body, mind, the spirit. The body provides boundary and the home. The mind provides the map and the precision power. The spirit provides the compass and the why. So why the body, mind, and spirit? We have 3 parts and the interference over 3. So why? So we have some question. Why? Why this issue coming from my lifespan? Why? So how the spirit? How can I solve this issue? So the how can I do the human? The limit of the solution, but how can I gotta solve this matter? So human part, the why this kind of issue coming? Is it my mistake or my family issue or economy issue or the society issue? So why we apply this section, the why section. The how can I solve is not my part. How? God have solution. So how this God part? The human, the why part, the question mark. The when there's a balance and identity crisis is less like because if one area the shaken, example you are lost your job or mind identity or get sick, body identity, the other 2 division the provide the stability needed to revert. Yeah, revert the button up. Or turning point and button up. So you don't have a turning point, maybe you can change your lifespan. Yeah, little bit of the stress we need because good stress, little bit you can try everything, change it. For no stress, I'm celebration in my day. I'm happy. I have money. I have married. I have a kid. I have a good job. No problem. So we don't need to suffer for anything. We don't need to looking for the God. Now, why I'm now perfect? no stress. I want $1 million, good house, everything, right? You're saying, right? No stress, right? You have stress? No? You're happy in your life? How are you? You stress or no? You're happy life? Honestly,
half.
happy, right? So yes, I request yesterday. I talked to people. Yes, we have 24 hours, right? God give the university, they give the 24 hours, everybody. So I asked other people, if God give you more extra time, so how many hours you need? So for example, 10 hours, maybe 34 hours. Or some people 7 hours. There are some people, some person, no, I only want the 12 hours. I don't want the 24 hours. Okay. If God give you, you're changing your time. One day, 24 hours, right? So you want to plus hour or you want to less hour? You're happy. What do you want? I am God. I give chance. Okay, Joy. I want your time plus. So you want a more add a word or hour or your less hour. What time is your perfect your life? Every time.
Maybe more hours.
More? 1 hour? 24 hours, 25 hours?
Yeah.
1 hour is more happy? Okay, how about you? You're less or you're more at the time?
I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to change anything.
Okay.
So maybe, maybe I just keep the same.
Same. Yeah, how about you? How many hours you're happy, your time plus?
For a day.
Yes. Everybody 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm God. I'm gonna give you a chance. You want to change your clock.
Okay.
More time or less time?
I want extra 4 hours
4 hours, so 28 hours.
Yeah.
It's good.
so that I can sleep more.
More, okay. Okay. Yeah, how about you? How about you? How many hours do you happy?
Me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe allow the 4 or 5 hours when we come back to the when we stay at my room.
Okay.
Play
So,
computer game, talk, yeah.
okay. So my case, the before, maybe I want to double 50 hours every day. I can do it more, do that. But now I changed mine. I want just 20 hours or less because I don't want to no more work. Too much screen time, too much type my life. But now the less it's I'm the cut. It's my job. Minimum organizing my time schedule. So the before I'm 10-hour job and I want sleep just 5 hours. But sometimes good condition, but sometimes I'm more lazy. But now I want change my sleep. 7-hour work, I'm more 7 hours more sleep. Yeah, because I want more challenge in my lifespan. So yesterday I asked the people, but today I same question that you are okay, 4 hours something. But some person only 12 hours. I don't want the 24 hours. So how long your job? So I work every day 10 hours. So only 2 hours sleep. So yeah, depends. If some people desire too much the type people, if I have more hours, I can do more. But the lazy people, too long. only 6 hours enough, 10 hours enough, right? That depends. So because your personality and the possibility or the viewpoint is different depending on the time. But everybody's saying, right? Yeah, some people talk unfair. This is the world issue, but I don't think so. I see everybody's same chance about time, right? And the air and the weather, everything is fair, right? Maybe rich people they give more time, or the poor people they less of time now. Everybody's same, but effort how come, how many try to challenge the lifespan, the habit or knowledge or education or some practice or challenging, and they make a different class, right? Correct? Yeah. So it's my viewpoint. The world is fair. It's not unfair, but dependent the individually, the private over the possibility, they show the result. So the Bible provides several narrative where individuals the string leader in balance over the translate the lectures, the often leading Christ over identity or the direct intervention this toward body, mind, spirit, the connection, the integrate. So integrate medicine and the holistic medicine too. Over replace word mind with soul. King Saul will example the Saul. King Saul is a classic example for identity rooted in the mind, ego, logic, and the social the state. The white regulates the spirit, obedience of God. The Saul, the second law, when told to wait for put ahead Samuel before making a sacrifice, Saul looked at the situation. His army was distracting, the enemies were approaching. He used his humor listening to justify breaking our spiritual command. The Christ, his identity was tied to being the successful king. Yeah, everybody, most people, they respect the successful king. It's my law. In the eye of man, the human. When he lost spiritual favor, his mind became the plugged by an evil spirit. So we see the good spirit, the evil spirit, Samuel king inside. The Samuel 16 and 14, the leading paranoia and total caprice, his sense of self, his life is not stronger the man he once was, the mankind view. The second, over Memphis or spirit, Elijah and the Herbert. Elijah provides profound example for spiritual burnout. Elijah's the burnout. The Samuel's identity, the Elijah's burnout, you see, where the spirit highly active, but the body and the mind is complete neglect. So too much challenging, too much over desire. She have money, a lot of money, have kid, house, husband is perfect, but he want to try, she want to try, overwhelming the desire. So because they want to keep more imago God, no imago self. So he want I'm successful person. So I want more. I'm more stay. I collect my more money. I enjoy the guru, the leader, the chief of the committee. So try, and then burn out. Yeah, burn out. No, it's not imago Dai. Imago the God. It's a imago the self. The Babel clears. Babel, right? You know Babel, right? Babel Tower. Same thing. So Elijah's too much straight, the challenging, and the oversight of our desire, too much activity. But the problem, body and the mind, is relative because burnout. I don't need no more. The hopelessness. I have desire. I achieve everything. So I want to. I don't want to live no more. I'm already I've got. So hopelessness, no changing the situation. Negative. The son of Theo, after massive spiritual victory on Mount Carmel, Elijah fled into the deserts. He was spiritually high, but physically is crushed and morally, mentally disciplined. The burnout, the burnout. The Christ, he experienced the word identity Christ, the crying out, I have had enough. I have had enough. Now take my life. I no matter than my answer. So I don't want to no more. I don't want to live. Please take my soul, my body, because I'm have a lot. So I don't want to no more. I don't want to try anything. Take me. The King 94. The divine integration. The God did not give him natural first. He addressed the body, the sending of the angel to give him the food and sleep. Then the mind, allowing him to vent his frustration, and finally the speaking word, gentle whisper. The God destroys his identity by healing the physical and the mental, the first. So the God gives try to question or ask anything, please come in my side, sleep, eat, and then more relax. Pure you by yourself. That's all. They don't want to the coaching, or they want to some the advising, or they want to some the coming, no nothing. Come in, relax, and you could sleep. The feed, you eat. It's basically we have to recovering the body first, because we already right the good condition of the body, good thought, good spiritual, right? But it's my the body burn out, everything is created different situation. You can't make the good decision or anything. Okay. The divine intuition, the God did not give him the lecture first. He addressed the bodies, the sending of the angel to give him the food and the sleep. Then the mind allowing him to vent his frustration. Then the finally spark the speaking word, gentle whisper. The God destroyed his identity. God destroyed, buttoned up, and by healing the physical, mental vessel first. So if we have some the friend, the family, the screen time burnout people, and too much depression people, they leave your heart. Don't say anything. Just upset, or you are respect to the situation. Just give a shop, the slave, the relation, just friend, just listen, and they give a some, right? It's open mind. They want to try to start to talk, there will be healing, it will recover. Okay? Don't do that tonight, you have to this one, no. Okay? So just heard, just listen, and then respect to the situation. The twist over rampage or body, Samson, you have an example. The Samson identity was almost entirely referred toward his body, especially his physical strong and then his sensory desire. The very pure person, right? Samson, very strong person. The Samson repeatedly prioritized physical activity. I used for delicacy, imperishable violence over his spiritual calling as a identity. The Christ, when his hair was cut, they have a script. Where from your power? So the Samson talked to her girlfriend, from my power, from the hair. God gave the hair good power. They cut. So they have no ability to control the body something, right? And also they have tried some extra too, injury. The Christ, when his hair was cut and his strength left him, he didn't just lose or fight, he lost himself. The Bible says he did not know that the Lord had left him. Did not know that the Lord had left him. So Samson, they no declaration. Oh, I have power because I know from my power the hair, but he don't know the cut hair. So he did not know that Lord had left him. In Judges 16:20, the result, his identity was so tired to his physical, the hardware, that once it was the compromise, the blind and the weakening, he became the vanquished or his farmers self until his final moment or spiritual ligament. So this means the God give powers, God give the talents to everybody each individual part. But the human, the blind or they lose the wisdom or they're not clearly the decision or they're not using the talent. So sometimes people they want to try to find out what kind of my talents is my body, my soul, and desire. So using what most people they don't know, they can find the spiritual power and then talent in their own inspired from the God. Number 4, the model of our adoration, Jesus. In the New Testament, Jesus is presented as a perfect iteration of our three, often referred to as the last Adams. The body, he experienced hunger, thirst, and fatigue, acknowledging the reality of our flesh. He already experienced the hunger and the thirst screen time, and the fatigue too. The mind, he displayed profound intelligence, the debating Socrates and age 12, and using the logic bypass the trap over the paradise. The spirit, he maintains constant communion in the fathers. The starting he only did what he saw the fathers doing, the three. So this one very important. Maybe some people have a kid, but how about you? You marry or the miss, right? Future you marry, you have a kid, right? So maybe you kids following your hobby, your eating hobby, your routine. So maybe, for example, you didn't do cooking or respect your husband or relate to your neighbor or something. I view following. Oh, my mom doing this way. I follow it. But every time you smoking alcohol, maybe your kid the following. Because I view, okay, my mom had view is no problem. It's culture. It's my house culture, right? So she want to try to do everything. So view, he showed the father doing what to do. So the spirit, he maintains constant communion with the fathers. The starting, he only did what he showed the father doing. So we have to be careful. So before a long time ago, I showed the YouTube in the China. The grandfather smoking and the house front, and the grandson trying the same. Me too. I'm long time ago. I'm a child. I memory. My father's doing the smoke. I'm my age 10. I tried the chair and here, and because he had to fall down. So everybody maybe have a memory. I want to try to following. The who know outside the inside the house, the very relative relationship. So we have to be careful. Yeah. The key verse for this introduction is Luke 2:52. And Jesus grew in the wisdom, mind, and the stature, the body, and then favor either God, spirit, and man, the social mind. The figures overwhelmed trial dimension, the Christ leaders, Saul, the mind egos, logic reflection, the paranoia and the loss of kingship, and just the spirit, regulate body, mind, the sociological education of burnout, but with the Samson too. Samson have a balance, the power of God, but he ignore, he want the violence, say everything, so he lose the power, but he don't know. Yeah, Samson here, the body strong lust, the blindness or loss of our divine purpose, the Jesus, the balance, integration, all individual part they will integrate, so the balance. They are flipping the word image over the God. So the Jesus balance integration, we keep the privacy with the individual part, but you have overlapping the integrate, make the framework, and also hard work. So This for the image of die. Image of die is an image of God. By looking at that example, we see recurring the theme. God rarely treats the person as a soul only. He constantly addresses the hunger of the body and the confusion over the mind to make the spirit to work the possible. So the possibility to possible and jump up and also button up, and then we are God possibility. The viewpoint is different. More big picture, but human picture is very small. The frame. Okay, so today we learned the campus leadership second week. The human identity, body, mind, and the spirit. So merchandising, they don't know body, only hardware, but mind and spirit know. Animal have body, the mind, but no spirit. The human body, mind, and spirit. The God creates human. Overall is covered. Animal to multi everything, right? So physically, the university provide God creates. So what does it mean to be human? So we have mentioned the trauma and the identity and the possibility, and we have our ego system. Also, we have an exciting word. How can we have advantage over the talent, or we have our optimal health, we have good spread. The top-down human have problem, sometimes the down, but the bottom up, the God have a solution. The human have some screen time. They want to try to looking for the solution of limit, sometimes a long way. But the God solution, how I know, he know that solution. But human, why happen? All the time the blame. Why happened to me? But God, how? He know that it's a solution. And the integration, the psychology and the immunity in action. So good health condition, good thought. You have good spread, maybe you have a good result and you have respect the people, right? So the camp leadership, we respect the individual part, but we have to integrate. So we make a committee. So the camp leadership, so very important. We are the society and the activity over the community. Okay. So if you have time, the study for next week, the peg and the listens, the complete word harmony. The harmony is balance. So integrate today we study integrate, but only the integrate is not perfect. We have to make a harmony, right? Balance. So today the human identity, body, mind, spirit, we have to make a foundation. But last week we tried more the detail over the harmony and then complete.